morning, everyone. Let me get to the video here. Let me give you guys some steps when it comes to having a tenant buyer and the things that you need to cover on the day of the walkthrough. Now, number one, you need to get your agreement signed. You need to get your agreement signed already before you do a walkthrough. I mean, your purchase agreement and your rental/lease agreement and your option to buy agreements. You got to get those things signed already before you guys even do the walkthrough. Also, get your potential tenant buyer to sign a tenant's rules and responsibility sheet as well, which lays out all the rules of being a tenant buyer, the things they need to follow, like no loud music, no drugs on the premises, no doing drugs on the outside, changing the air filters, paying the rent on time, no working on cars in the front yard. I mean, all these types of things, so you got to get them to sign stuff like that, because you want to make sure that you have signatures of things like this. So if anything happened in the future, maybe I have to go to court, who knows, you have signatures and you have those things signed, and you can present that as your evidence. So purchase agreement, option to buy agreement, lease/rental agreement, and the responsibilities letter as well, all things that need to be followed by your tenant buyer. So you want to do that. So on the day of the walkthrough, which is today with my tenant buyer here, number one, I got my guys coming over to do a few little cosmetic things, a few little small items here. Just a few little small people playing around here. I don't know why they driving that fast, but a few little items here. So I got them coming in to do a few things, very simple things. Some people are rushed this morning, but wow. Got them coming in doing a few things, doing a little touch-ups here and now. I went through the property the other day. Now I do these things myself. I can have someone else doing, but when it comes to a tenant house like this, so I'm about to move in, I like to put my eyes on things myself. So for the reason here, I made sure the dishwasher worked. Dishwasher went for about 45 minutes to an hour. Make sure all the electrical outlets was working. Make sure they were grounded. Made sure the unit outside was coming on. The air was working. Now make sure the furnace was working as well. Make sure all the hot water was working throughout the whole entire property. Make sure there's no leaks underneath the sink. Make sure the ovens is working. I mean, just going through all the basic things that your tenant buyer is going to have, because this is not a renter, this is a tenant buyer, meaning that they're going to be taking over the property and they're going to be responsible for some of the maintenance of the house. Now, if the houses come like this already perfect, no, because they are rent-home properties, and we tell these people, besides cleaning up, just make sure things are working. Any other little small additional things that they have to do it on their own. So I went through the other day to make sure those things was great. All right. So also, when it comes to this day here, you want to do a walkthrough with your tenant buyer. Okay. Now, always take your before pictures. Now, I already have before pictures of this property. Any little hole in the wall, anything, any messed up quarter round, whatever the case may be, I already got pictures of those things. So we're not gonna sit here and if this tenant buyer decides to leave next month or 5-6 years from now, blame the tenant buyer for something that was already there. So I already got those pictures in hand, ready to go. So when you walk through with your tenant buyer, film the whole entire thing. Film the whole entire thing. Film yourself talking. Film your tenant buyer talking as well. You want everything filmed. You want to even take pictures on the day of the walkthrough. I mean, the date stamped up, the day of. I tell you, sometimes you gotta dot I's and cross T's inside this business here, because you just never know. Yeah, you want some before picture, and those before pictures probably happened a week before, a couple of days before, but I want a day of stamp, because so it will show that we didn't go in and do anything crazy to the house within those week or that day frame of them prior to them doing the walkthrough. So you want to film all of this, and you want to have a move-in sheet as well. And this move-in sheet will pretty much have a checklist of everything in the property, and move-in sheet. And that's the sheet that as you going through the whole entire property with people, you're testing things, you're turning things on, you're letting things run. I mean, you're doing the whole 9 yards when it comes to this property. Okay, you're pretty much going over everything possible when it comes to this property, so that they know exactly what's going on. So by you doing this, you're pretty much showing them the present state of this property. What's the present state? Everything's working to the likely as now. Now, we don't do everything, but everything's working to that likely, and you have a stamp and date and time on this property. Also, not only that, you also have the opportunity to let them ask questions. You ask them even more questions as well, because we want to go far and beyond when it comes to our tenant buyer, because we actually are the bank now. Because you have to think about yourself, when does the bank come to your property? You know, never. So once we turn this property over to this person here, I'm probably never coming back there until a year later. And I always come back once a year to, number one, renew the lease, because it's even though they own 4 or 5 years option to buy, it's still on a year-to-year lease where we evaluate things on the year lease, because taxes do go up. The bank got to go up on the monthly payments a little bit. But these are the things that we cover with our tenant buyer, because we let them know property insurance sometimes goes up every year, so sometimes we got to have some form of adjustment. So besides that, I want to be back to the house, and they will be responsible for taking care of the maintenance of this property. So at the end of the day, once this whole entire walkthrough is done, you want to give them a copy of all the pictures. You want to give them a copy of the video. You want to give them a copy of all of these things. Okay, they need to have a copy of all of it. So if there's any legal issues, you guys come to court, you got the same exact things that they have. You got the same exact pictures. You got the same exact video. So if something's missing, you can show, hey, where's this picture? I thought you guys had those pictures. You want to have the same exact thing. Now, here's the good point. I like to keep all this stuff on a Google Drive with a password. Okay. And now, that same Google Drive, I got it and they have it. It can't be altered. It can't be altered. So that's a tip that you guys need to take into account. Put it on the Google Drive so it can't be altered. Okay. So now you got a full walkthrough. Everyone have the details of it. Now it's just all about you pretty much giving them the keys, let them move in. Now you got your tenant buyer, and hopefully you got a cash flowing property. Okay, a cash flowing property. Wow. And you know what? It's a good thing, because with this Poppa home ownership program here, I mean it's just amazing. You know, helping out people who have maybe a little bit of bumps in credit or whatever the case may be, and they want to buy the house. They really want to be a homeowner. They just don't want to be a renter. And you know, days like this is what I love, especially handing over those keys to them, and allowing them to pretty much, you know, become homeowners in today's time. I mean, again, it's a beautiful thing. I mean, you have to have gone through it. And this last thing here, out there for you investors out there who just renting properties, I think there's absolutely nothing wrong with renting properties, but definitely thinking about going the rent-to-own method as well, guys, because you still own these properties until they buy these houses sometime down the road. I mean, it's just something to think about. Because you still get the appreciation, you still get the tax benefits of these properties. So it's something that you need, guys, to think about, because you don't want to be landlord. You don't want to be the guy proud, oh, I own 20 houses, I'm going to every one of my properties. That's old school. That's the old school mentality, and that's not building wealth. If you tell me, that's just not building freedom. You want to be able to have the freedom. Mortgage company can lend money on something, and they say basically pay us every month. I don't want to hear anything. If you default, we're gonna foreclose on you. That's it. So they don't deal with the in-between things when it comes to running those properties. They pretty much allow you to do what you got to do to maintain those properties. So you as another investor out there, this is the game plan that you got to follow to make sure your tenant buyer gets a beautiful house, full walkthrough, and a full understanding from both sides, from the investor side and from the tenant buyer side. So hey guys, do me a favor here, like the video, definitely share the video as well, and subscribe to the channel. You know what I mean? So any of you guys out there who want to do deals with me, flip houses or anything else when it comes to maybe doing subject to property, go to Google, type in invest with Poppa Home, invest with Poppa Home. You'll find me there, all the information. So at the end of the day, guys, let's do the deal. Okay, guys, you can come over here to the website, click on Invest with Poppa at the top of the page. This is where you will find my complete portfolio on all things real estate, from flipping houses, buying a whole, sub to lease option, multifamily, whatever the case may be. Find it here. Come to the bottom of the page. You have a few options. If you want to view those properties that's been sold, click on View List of Flip Sold. Then you'll be able to get a full view of the property sold. And also, if you want to contact me, you can call or text this number here, and let's work together. Let's do deals.